It was already a difficult trip. Last week, a prominent Connecticut pastor with close family ties to Baltimore in town for a funeral. But his visit taking another tragic turn when he was reportedly carjacked by an armed teenager.
We were getting food after the wake, and I literally had just parked in front of the restaurant. I hadn't been there 2 minutes.
Kenneth Moles Jr. was sitting outside of Angie's Seafood along East Pratt Street when he says someone knocked on his window, claiming to be in need of help due to a dead cell phone.
When I looked at him, I knew like something about this wasn't right. I was looking to kind of drive away, and he immediately pulls up with his ski mask. He has something to hook up over his face, whips out the Glock, points to the car, and I get out the car.
Once he does, Moles says the masked individual hits him over the head with the weapon, and in a split-second decision, he's overcome with adrenaline.
I immediately go in the fight. I just start punching him in the face. I reach out for the gun.
Surveillance video.
People, I tell you, this is what I meant last week when I covered the downtown so-called shooting of 4 people and 4 unalived and 14 wounded. And I said there's going to be some casualties. This is what I mean by casualty. Not the victim, but the assailant. Not the victim, the assailant. He's the casualty. There are going to be people in our last day journey. You will probably witness to them one time, and that's it. It's like throwing pearls of swine or trying to get gasoline out of a rock. It ain't gonna happen. Their hearts are hard. And like I said in last week's video, these people are in rhythm with devilish activities, whether it's gang violence, rap music, drill rap. They're in concert, they're in rhythm with that, but they're out of concert with God. And as the days grow shorter and the days go darker, yeah, this is what you get. I'm gonna show you a few more videos, but this pastor was in town for a funeral. The young 15 years old, tapped on his windshield. Somebody, he got cell phone problems. Pulled out his weapon and carjacked him. But the brother took him down. And as he took him down, he realized he was just a little young boy. He said, look, I'm a pastor. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not going to hurt you. Yeah, the pastor took him down, got the gun. I'm not going to hurt you. And the boy proceeded to fight. And as the pastor said, he had no reverence that he's a pastor. Can you imagine how dark these souls are? I'm telling you, we got zombies walking around. We got dead people walking around, spirits. Satan knows exactly what he's doing. Impressible minds. See, the younger you are, the more vulnerable you are because you don't know nothing. And you drill rapping and gangster rapping and thugging out here, and you done got a felony on your back. Now you can't get a decent job. You ain't got no hope. So you take it to the streets and you victimize your own street. Black kids. And it don't mean that other races don't do it, but you know how I roll. If you don't like it, keep it moving. Because somebody got to say it. We got a segment of black kids out here which are so far out of hand, I'm telling you, ain't no heaven for them. Ain't no heaven for them. Because they packing with hell. Satan got so deep in the recesses of their brain and their spirit and their soul. That even if you cried, I'm a pastor, I'm a pastor, I'm a pastor. And the boy didn't even have a change of heart. Went on, took the man's car anyway.
Was it much of a fight? Because it looks like you took the guy down pretty easily.
Not much of a life, not much of a fight at all. Kendrick Lamar, they're not like us. Basically, he had no idea what was going on. But let me be clear, I am in no way a hero. I'm a miracle. I'm glad the Lord covered my life and kept me. But a couple of taps to that chin, wrestle the gun out before you know it. I'm talking junk to him. Don't run now. Don't run now. Tack him to the ground. And I realized this is not a regular man I'm fighting. This is someone young.
How did the teen react when you told him that you were a pastor?
Believe it or not, that's what hurts me the most. He had no reverence for me as a pastor. I thought that would be a turning point in our scuffling. I tried to get more leverage on the, hey, relax. I'm a pastor. I'm not going to hurt you. We need to stop. This was crazy. I'm not going to press charges. And before I knew it, he's pushing me down. And believe it or not, that's what hurts me more. Not that he robbed and took the car. I was more concerned, like, this is such a godless generation. How could he not at least back off knowing I'm a pastor? And he didn't care.
And you told our team here that that interaction actually is leading you to change your mission in life to speak to these.
What do you say? A godless generation. The words, people. A godless generation. Godless. This is what we got walking around. I know you've seen it. I know I see it in Chicago. You walking down the street and you look in people's eyes, you can see their dark, cold soul. Put it in the comment section. A dark, cold soul. What's dwelling in their spirit? I'm telling you, you can sense it. You can see it in their walk. Cabbage patch braids and all this other kind of foolishness. And I ain't stereotyping. I'm just saying, okay, you don't wear the braids, that's fine. But the majority I'm seeing, that's what they got. Cabbage patch braids, sagging. You have chose to be wayward. Black people, we are free. We are free. And you got to maintain your freedom through Jesus. I don't care what you've been through. So what, you ain't had no mama and daddy. I get it. You ain't the only one been through some stuff, and we ain't the only race been through some stuff. Stop making these damn excuses for your behavior. Get up off your butt. Go get a job. You want to be with the crowd. The crowd is in jail or 6 feet under. Think for yourself. God fashioned you in his image, and you making devilish choices. 15 years old, and you pulling a gun? Are you crazy? This is what we get, America. They neutralized black folk. Every major black leader in America that came up talking like I'm talking, they either put him in jail, bought him off, or took him out, or put him in jail with false pretense. So there would be nobody to fight or be diametrically opposed to this plan. And what is the plan? You're looking at it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna free you. I'm gonna give you all kind of amendments. You're not gonna be out there picking no cotton no more. Now I'm gonna work on your brain. And what did we do? We fell for the trick. And now this is what, the third generation of thugs? Baby, casualty. It's over with. And now you got other cultures doing the same thing. And these women out here choosing these thugs like it's a glory thing. Oh, I want to get a thug. You get a thug baby. And he messing up your life. So the young bona fide kids of all colors out here trying to date a woman, she all thugged out. Nothing but social media content of women of all races choosing a thug over a guy who's upstanding. Come on, man. About 30% of y'all, 40% of y'all choosing thugs, having thug babies. Just ridiculous. Satan on a roll, ain't he?
I wasn't trying to be a hero.
10 days ago, Reverend Kenneth Moles Jr. traveled to Baltimore from Bridgeport, where he's the pastor of Cathedral of the Holy Spirit. He was parked outside of a restaurant when the suspect approached, pretending he needed help with his phone. Moles says adrenaline kicked in, and once the gun was on the ground and he had his attacker pinned, did he realize he was fighting with a teenager.
And I said to the young man at that point, I'm a pastor. I'm a pastor. I'm not going to press charges. I'm going to let you go. You got to stop this. This is crazy.
Undeterred, the teen breaks free, picks up a sneaker that had come off, then picks up the gun, gets into the car, and points the weapon before eventually driving off in the Audi. Mole's wife got a call from the hospital. After making sure her husband was okay, she says she went on a rant.
When somebody has a gun, you just obey and get out the way and preserve your life. But after he explained it to me, I understood why. There was a chance that the gunman could have shot him anyway.
The 53-year-old, who will be elevated to bishop next year, says he's already forgiven the 16-year-old suspect who was arrested a short time later.
I'm more hurt as an African-American pastor that once I let him know I was a pastor, that he didn't care. He had no reverence for me, didn't honor the office of a pastor.
A 15
years old. Other one 19, I think the other one 16. This is ridiculous. This is what you women are hatching out. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. These are the terminators of our neighborhood. The terminators. This is ridiculous. A pastor. He said, I'm a pastor. He's pleading with this dude. He's trying to reach into the recesses of his brain. Not just fighting for his life, but fighting for the youth's life. Brother, I'm a pastor. I'm black. I feel your pain, and I'm a pastor. But the words didn't matter to him. I gotta have that quick money. I gotta get that car. Me and my homies. This is the casualty. I got folks emailing me, talking smack. Oh, you look. This is the real world. Probably 40% of these youths done. That's why I told y'all, Alcatraz, San Francisco, Alligator Island, Florida, that's for us. That's for us. Because the powers, they're social planners. They understand criminology. Why wouldn't they? They caused it. Slavery is the class that they want to be able to use at any given time. I'm so glad there are some blacks who want to get to the promised land, who want to make America work for them, who understands and respects the sacrifices of black men and women. Not just dropping a basketball. And I ain't hating on them. They can make their million. But 99% of us are not millionaires. That's who you should be emulating. I'm proud that I had a grandmama and a mama and a church community and a YMCA. And they keeping my butt busy. I would never think to do anything like this when I was younger. And I was robbed several times by my own people. And the stuff ain't stopped. Starting from the 70s all the way up now. This is crazy. And you wonder why economically the black community is in trouble? It ain't just because of crime. Those who have the means leave. So now your tax base is done. Because they have left. They're tired. Tired of civil rights leaders. Tired of no good aldermen and senators and congressmen who ain't doing nothing. Not in a measurable proportion. They're tired. And they realize life is too short. Some of their homies died. Their neighbors died. Their friends they went to school with died. They're like, I got some money. I can get out. I'm getting out of the neighborhood. This is what this foolishness has done to the black community. And a man got to fight for his life after he was at a funeral, after he just preached his Sunday morning sermon, almost got killed by a 15-year-old. That's the commentary we want to read in our history books a few years from now. I'm done with it, man. I'm done with it. I'm so done with this crap. I don't know what else to do. The new parent is thug life. Y'all thought Jesus was a myth. Y'all thought righteousness was a myth. It's corny to be nice. It's corny to pull your pants up. It's corny to go to school. The media got your brain and told you, I'm your new daddy, and you didn't interpret what they were showing you. Showed you some rappers and showed you how to live, not telling you the consequences, and not telling you that once you got yourself in a position where you got a arrest record, you was gonna hit the streets and prey on your own people. They didn't tell you that in the rap videos. Thugs in the hood. They didn't tell you that. And they making millions of dollars and you still buying their records. And other cultures is buying the records. What the hell wrong with us? This is the apple that Adam and Eve bit. Trust me, this is the apple right here. This is the apple. And the more you munch on it and put it in your system, the worse you gonna be. I got one more to show. Here's a story about a brother. He was hanging out. A little young thug walked up. He had a real nice car. Luckily, it had the wrong engine, or he would have carjacked him. Listen to his story.
I'm sitting at the easy. A car pull up next to me. Little dude hop out. I got 5% 10 on my. So, little hop out. I see him. He's looking around. He's looking at the car. And I hear him say, "Look, it's clean, bro. Clean." I'm like, all right, you got your looking. Now you looking a little too long, too hard. Pause. And eventually he gets to the front of the car. He see me. He like, "Hey, bro, hey." I'm like, I don't know what this look. Oh, so I'm clutching my. I roll the window down. He like, hey, this a scat. This a scat pack. I'm looking like, nah, bro, it ain't a scat. I'm like, it's just a V6. He started laughing and casually saying, "Oh man, that's what, bro, everything. If this was the scat, big bro, I was low key finna get you through there, bro. I was gonna have to get you through there for this month."
So the dude was gonna take his car because you don't want to take your butt to work. And because these liberals have made it so easy for you to keep going in and getting out. Keep going in jail, getting out. And don't y'all think that the black community eroded on its own. Don't you ever think that. I did security work for 19 years. They got cameras everywhere. Last 20 years. They could have easily squashed the crime in the black community. So why haven't they done it? And in any community, and I gotta say that talk like, oh, I gotta make the conversation fair and balanced. You know what's out there. They could have been stopped this crime in America. Been stopped it. But they got an agenda. Satan got an agenda. They got an agenda. The biggest gang is not in the street, baby. It's not in the street. I said it's not in the street. It's a group of people who have made up their mind they're going to take a segment of people after they created them by showing them all this unrighteousness on the silver screen. by getting inside their women's heads, making bastard children, by getting in these guys' head, telling them to be criminals. Little Uzi, all this other kind of crap. All this was made to happen. It was made to happen. Because the end game is to use thug life to justify bringing in military police and everything else. This generation is the biggest bunch of, and they think they're so smart, spitting these rap lyrics. But like I said, you in rhythm with that, but you out of concert with God. And I'd be so glad when this thing is over with. You got to fight to go to work, dealing with a crazy boss. Sometimes you got to fight at home with your boss, with your spouse. Sometimes you got to fight with your kids, fight with the neighbors. Now you got to fight when you're in the car. Don't know if somebody going to come up and gank you. Satan going to destroy this thing. But there's only one way out. His name is Jesus. And for those of you all who got a made-up mind, I'm proud of you. You other folks want to be wayward children, go and do what you got to do. Because if I'm right and Jesus come to get us and y'all left here, you're going to find out that there was a little preacher boy on YouTube trying to warn you. And what's going to hurt the most is not that you're part of the beast system. What's going to haunt your brain is that you helped create this thing. That's what's going to hurt the most. I'm out.